for the panel. I have few questions, of course, before the question shoots up. Like the first question to Mr. Nagaraju, sir. Whether India can catch up, the question what I pop up in my mind is whether India can catch up with the future technology, with unmanned urban mobility, where you have worked in the past. What is required to gear up for the nation? And the next question from my side to Murali, sir, is as we are already in several defense industries are catching up from the private side, and of course the DRDL, your efforts are appreciated. What way, if the faculty support students and companies, higher prospects are possible? So your thoughts on that? And of course, the Srinivasa sir and Raghav sir, you can give the inputs. So yeah, questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any specific questions, or should I give our thought? What is that you are expecting?
So you can question one after the other, Nagaraju sir, and then Murali sir.
So the question is whether India can catch up, especially on the UAM other segment, right? That was the question, right? That's what
Yes, sir.
So I mean, I can give a few examples. So there is UAV industry. Let me talk about UAV industry, urban air UAV industry, especially the drones industry. India is really doing a significantly great, especially the companies like Idea Forge or maybe Garuda and other, a lot of companies have been established in the industry. So I don't see is a problem because we are on the growth path and it takes some time. But when it comes to UAM, the key segment of ATR other segment, it takes some time. Definitely, we are not there. It takes a lot of time. But UAM, urban air mobility segment point of view, the laws will be still relaxed in terms of the FAA point of view, and the ecosystem also. Because the biggest problem where the India is not able to do the way which we are doing, one is the innovation, other one is that this industry is a capital intensive industry. So it's not easy to spend billions of dollars to build the entire system. It's really difficult. Wherein it's not just knowledge, it's also ecosystem, it's also supply chain, it's also like a lot of innovation. So we are lagging definitely. I don't think it takes UAM point of view. Definitely we are on the way to develop, but UAV drones point of view, we are already there. We are growing significantly. Even Unistring is also supported in the recent past warfare, but there are a lot of use cases around that industry, not just a defense segment. It could be, take it up a, logistic industry, or even like farming or other areas also. There is a huge potential around that. So I would definitely say we are catching up on that area. The other side is like because like the ecosystem is like a manufacturing. Ultimately, that leads to the manufacturing. We are still not there because as a whole world is seeing as India as a next to China, so alternate to China. So the moment that goes up, ultimately we are there. That's what I would say. But again, success is not final, failure is not fatal. It's a courage to continue matters a lot. That's where we are on that path. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. And I think a lot of audience have loads of questions popping up in the group as well and personally as well. So I saw somebody asking a question for Raju, sir.
No, maybe Mr. Murali can. I think you asked a question. Once he does it, then maybe I'll take up the participant question. Mr. Murali, please go ahead.
Yeah, can you please repeat the question? Actually, two questions were asked together, so I didn't clearly understood that what was the question for me. One is Mr. Nagaraju explained about the drone sector and all. Other one, can you just repeat once again?
Right, sir. So, like my thought was like we are already into several defense industries privately, and of course, here DRDL and all, and we are trying to catch up as well. And what way, if the faculty support, student support, and the company support, the higher prospects are possible. Like what supports or what changes can be done and all. So that was my question, what popped up in my mind.
Yeah, okay, understood. So regarding this defense industry, especially DRDO is a major player, a stakeholder in the Indian defense R&D. But we are not manufacturing. We are in the development, R&D, mostly research and development. And private sectors were doing some sort of R&D to certain extent in drones and manufacturing of the those defense products also. If you see Unistring technology itself, they are doing some R&D as well as they are doing product development also. In the recent Sindur also, their product was used. So for this, actually, we require skilled manpower in certain areas. As I told, one is that the RF systems, other is that embedded systems, control systems. These are things. So as it is, the students coming out of the colleges are not exactly able to do. But after certain training, maybe of 6 months or so in our places, even people, even the contract engineers who work with us on a contract basis for 1 year or so, picking up the subject, whatever we are doing in DRDL, and when they go for outside company like a Skyroot or Adani Defense or somewhere else, they are finding it very, very useful. So I got a feedback from those industry people that your people are doing extremely good. So they are finding exactly the same skill set to people from the college directly. So this trained skilled manpower is very, very big shortage. So if GyanNidhi can augment this training program, definitely
Right,
will
sir.
be useful. That is
Right.
one
Yeah,
thing. And
yeah,
second thing is with respect to DRDO's Ministry of Defence's programs like Technology Demonstration Fund, PDF, IDAX, and these are the various schemes introduced by DRDO and MOD to encourage the startups and the academia to come up with any innovative ideas. If they come up with any innovative ideas, government is sponsoring those ideas also. So that way there is a huge potential and huge opportunities for the interested students and faculty. So you can think
yeah,
in that direction.
yeah, Mr.
Correct.
Murali, like maybe I can like already in your presentation you have covered about those embedded computers, servos,
Yeah,
actuators,
yeah,
gyros.
yeah,
These are all the industry, and you also mentioned that MATLAB, Simulink, control system tools, and all, right? They
yeah,
also can be considered as answering Mr. Anil's question. And
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
we should listen from the participants now that how they are going to do. They'll unmute and speak, or
Raju sir, I saw somebody from audience, Dr. Telugu Madhileti. They have
yeah,
a
you
question
want
for
them
you.
to
So,
speak, or
and
actually, should I read it from here? Because you have controlled the microphone, mute, unmute it with your end, they will not be able to unmute, or you want to raise their hand?
Yes, sir. Sir, thank you, sir, for giving this opportunity. Thanks to all speakers, Raju sir, Murali Mohan sir, Raghav sir, and Nagaraj sir. Sir, I have few doubts, sir. I am working for Guru Nanak institutions. Sir, straight away I'm going. What skills or competencies do you find missing in fresh graduates? And how can academia better align with the industry needs? Second one is, are there internship, research, and project collaboration opportunities your organization is open to with institutions? How do you suggest integrating real-time industrial problems into academic research? What are the top challenges industries face while trying to commercialize academic research? How does your company support innovation or startups within academic institution? These are my doubts, sir. Please clear.
Yeah, maybe I'll react, and later I'll leave it to the panel other members. So there are multiple questions, I guess, in
Yeah,
that. How does the GyanNidhi do that? Maybe Mr. Anil and maybe others can explain. But what I understood, so first thing, what is missing? You asked the first question, what is missing? Simple. Application, practical approach. Only two things. They are learning everything. They are learning equations, they are learning this one and all, but application is missing. Practical learning, practical interpretation of what they are learning is actually missing. This is what exactly what Dr. Ashok was telling, that the special research groups he want to build in. So he want to fine tune the material that you use for your teaching itself through the website portal and all. So the other question that you said, whether internships are possible, probably I think Murali has told, because I have also seen that how DRDO. So all the government institutes and all giving internships, and what GyanNidhi was mentioning, that they want to act as a bridge between industry and the colleges, so that they put the correct person with a passion to work in the respective industry as a private industry as the intern. Maybe I would like to others if somebody want to add on to this.
yeah. Can I speak?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, regarding this skill set, what is missing, as I agree with Raju, and few more things are that some of the tools actually maybe faculty can insist students to learn some tools. Like one important tool is the MATLAB and Simulink, and it has multiple toolboxes: control system toolbox, neural network toolbox, optimization toolbox, fuzzy logic toolbox. There are multiple toolboxes, signal processing toolbox. So not just reading some theory. So instead of just reading a theory, use the toolbox to augment their understanding and to further enhance their learning abilities. So the tools are very, very important. When we come to industry, nobody will ask them to by heart a equation and tell the equation. So given a problem, how you model the particular let us say control system design. So they model the particular plan and how to apply the control system design using some tools. So quickly, if they are able to do that job using MATLAB, Simulink, or any other tool by LabVIEW or something, definitely that will be big gain for the industry also, as well as DRDO type of industry, as well as for the students also. So that is the one is the toolbox, using the toolboxes. Second one is that some people are not very good in some fundamentals actually. You know, may not be very high-fi things, but very simple things. But somewhere in the middle of the concept and all the point, with the concept clarity is missing actually. When the concept clarity missing, they are not able to do the job. Given a problem, they need to understand the problem, they need to design that. So the concept is not clear, they are not able to do. So any subject, the fundamental concept should be very, very clear. That faculty has to ensure that the concepts are very clear to the students and use some toolbox. These are the two things which are straight away used to the students and industry.
Yeah. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, please.
This is Dr. Ram Mohan Rao, Professor and Head of the Department, Vasavi College of Engineering, Hyderabad, sir. I appreciate the GyanNidhi for making this platform to discuss about the industry and institution interactions. I felt today excited with the speakers' speeches, especially Raghav sir, who given the insight about the AI and how the AI can be implemented in the institutions and the industry. I thank you, Anil sir, and especially Srinivasa sir and Mohan sirs towards the electrical and in general about how the industry interactions. Well appreciated with your speeches, excited sir, with this platform. One question to the GyanNidhi. How exactly we can get a training, not only to the students, to the faculty members also, especially towards the core engineering sectors, not the circuit branches, I can say, like computer science, IT, and other people, like mechanical, electrical people. How can imbibe with AI in the present scenario to meet the industry needs? That is my question, sir.
Yeah, maybe I'll answer the electronics part and maybe Dr. Raghav can add to the AI part and all. So what I understood from the model of GyanNidhi, they want to take your syllabus, whatever you are teaching. Today, the knowledge is as such open. Everything that you are teaching is already there, taught by a Stanford professor also, is already there, taught by some IIT Delhi or IIT Chennai or ISC professor also, it is there. So first thing is they are indexing the complete knowledge. Like every university syllabus that you are teaching will be having a respective YouTube videos of all this one. So faculty who finds that some of the topic for some reason they have a knowledge gap or something, they can directly refer over there and see what the expert professors are, the way how they are teaching and all. First point. Second, GyanNidhi is trying to bridge each of the subject topic that you try to do with the industry application, practical. So there will be, actually Mr. Anil said I will get another 5-minute slot. If I'm given the chance, I can share it and show if time permits. So they have divided one subject topic to basically like a skill, which they call as a core skill. Then from core skill to micro skill, then micro skill to what is exact learning needed. So when you work with the skill research groups, which are like one-to-one talks with the respect to industry person, maybe a set of 2 to 3 people, you will get the bigger picture about every subject topic that you are teaching, how it is being used in the industry. Maybe I think about the AI, Raghav may respond.
Sorry for interruption, sir. we are happy to say that what you said, Srinivasa sir, the same thing we are doing now. From this academic year onwards, I started in every syllabus of each subject, we have incorporated AI applications in every unit of our syllabus in mechanical engineering. That's very excited actually after listening your voice. We started already in Vasavi.
Yeah,
For every
fantastic.
course, we started that AI, but we
Yeah.
need some inputs as an industry applications, how to incorporate. But we are touching
I
that.
think, yeah, I think with
essence
the
of
skill
that
research
AI.
group, by in the feedback form, you can mention that this is what is the application. By joining skill research group, you get continuous guidance. Maybe you mentioned mechanical. There is maybe let Raghu finish. Then
Yeah.
afterwards, there is
Yes, sir.
another question to address.
Yeah, nice, Dr. Ramohan sir, for attending the event and also for putting your inside thoughts. Yeah, obviously the AI is not just for related to the circuit branches, right? There's a lot of things can be done in the AI related things for the mechanical engineering and aerospace related. Especially, when you remember, for most of the UAV sector and the drone sector, when you talk about our drone sector, so there's a lot of insights which are required where the core technical manpower is still missing, right? Even when you talk about unmanned aerial mobility also, right? So the mechanical industry, and in fact, which is the core branch for the aerospace, becomes a lot of things to come, right? So as the GyanNidhi focus is on the EV industry, right? So the EV industry, as I said, though it is like a circuit branches, then when the expansion happens, it should come to even to the mechanical engineering, right? So the mechanical engineering as of now, related to the aerospace and other thermal engineering, those parts has to be bought with like a corpus, and the corpus has to be made as a part of AI mechanisms. So once the corpus is available as AI-based mechanisms, then you could able to create a lot of content, and this content can be created in a much less time, so that the Gen AI tools help a lot of doing it, right? So once you join the skill research group, obviously the kind of a content creation goes, and India can be one of the good I can say leader in creating those kind of the skill set which is required for the industry, right? That's how it has to be done. But for this, if people like mechanical engineering side should come, and they have to put the thought process, and they have to understand what Indian industry requires, especially for the mechanical perspective industry, and make these kind of corpus available so that it can be used for creating based on the LLM kind of a models, right? So that's what the first question to answer. And coming to for the mechanical subject, and coming to the second part, as you already said, there is a course which is introduced as an AI-based course, and the AI being introduced now, mechanical, civil, electrical, electronics, and then computer science becomes part of it, right? So there are many type of engineering degrees are coming up, especially honors or even the minor degrees or even the expert systems are coming. The expertise of the particular engineering subjects are also coming out. So it's a good start from your side, right now, introducing a subject in the mechanical. I'm giving them like a minor degree or honors degree, and the focus to those kind of things, right? So obviously, the faculties, to answer this, the faculties, those, even though they may not be knowing about how to use the AI, but if they start using the AI tool, which I demonstrated, in fact, the demonstration I made, especially to pitch the people, those who are from AI and non-AI background. So people behind AI will definitely will use it, but people, those who are not behind AI, they will not use these kind of tools. So I made the demonstration to pitch it so that the content can be generated and it can be effectively can be used much of the skill research groups, and they can improve the content as and when they require, right? So try to see that so that no faculties also get trained from the GyanNidhi kind of a foundation, so that your faculties also will get up for the next generation of the upcoming technologies.
Yeah, Raghu, catching up one point, what we have to understand here is using the AI or introducing AI as a formal teaching in courses is one part.
Yeah.
We are talking about utilizing the generative AI in the day-to-day life of a faculty, engineering faculty, and having a full visibility towards the industry is what we are talking about. So, I mean, the professor whom asked the question, your AI introduction into the mechanical courses, electronic courses is one thing different. But what we are talking about, the journey with the GyanNidhi and the skill research group with the industry identified people is to utilize the generative AI in day-to-day your works. Like you want to create an assignment, you want to pull out the questions out of a mini project that your student has reported. In those areas, you need to learn. And before we move on to next question, maybe I should answer a couple of questions which already are there in the chat box. Please give me a couple of minutes. One question is like why mechanical engineers, like why people are not joining in the mechanical engineers and other segments and all. So very interesting question and thoughtful. We all need to look at it, and you have to tell the students about this. Probably the 200, maybe 250 years during the colonial period, British ruled and all. In our blood, we have got insecurity developed, like wherever we are. Like, for example, even if you see in airport, there is your seat is already booked. The moment they announce, everybody will try to fight who will go the first and all. Maybe they are worried about their cabin baggage gets space or not. So this insecurity in general, how it is driving the society, how it is driving and youth is, if people say that the trend is now AI and Python, everybody want to do AI and Python. If trend is now says that it is a computer science and all, everybody will join computer science. And even though it is not a prominent college, new college and all, they will prefer to join Python there than in a prominent and a renewed college where known college, mechanical engineering is good, they don't join. So this is a mindset problem. It is required to be corrected in the society at the 10+2 level, 10+1 level. Parents also need to understand the engineering world is actually very big. As I already told in my previous talk, India needs good civil engineers. Like, all our metro projects come from basically foreign companies and all, like maybe Chinese or some other, they come and build our metro projects. India needs wireless engineers. All our metro communication system, what I heard in Hyderabad is from Tailors and all, that come from a different country. So you need basically engineers in all the disciplines, and that's a problem. That's a very big problem. I don't think that GyanNidhi at this point has something to address with it, but yes, that is one point. And the another question that is asked, like joining mechanical, I'm sorry, I just forgot. Why you are unable to make servo motors in India? We are just importing from the other countries. Fantastic. In fact, if Mr. Anil would have given me another 2 minutes to present my slides, I could have shown that. So the point is, see, I think Mr. Murali has well pointed out about the example when you took for a missile, it has got onboard computers, actuators, servo motors and all. And Mr. Nagaraju also pointed out, if you see one slide, the Tata's has got a lot of order, but the supply chain issues and all. If you connect these dots, in India, the second layer industry, if you call the first layer industry is a product building industry, the second layer industry, which is like a subsystems or components, that is not much established. The people like Tata and L&T and all, they're trying to build systems. Okay, but the second layer, we from the defense product side, I know the pain of the supply chain. What Mr. Nagaraju also pointed out, we don't have companies who specializes in making makes a BLDC motors. We don't have companies actually who say that they are experts, if not the world topmost and all, but in a first top 10 or top 20 category for making actuators and all. Like, I mean, I'm just quoting very general statements. Please don't take it me offending Mr. Murali. There may be a company which you have groomed already in actuators and all, but I'm just quoting some examples like, every specialized component, not only in defense, it also in the commercial systems needs a particular industry to work. This is where exactly the GyanNidhi's framework of skill research group, where a small MSME is trying to do something, but they are having a missing link in their product. They can depend upon basically the faculty who has knowledge in it. They can work together. This company moves forward. Got it. So building that is very important. And next one question, PPTs, I believe they'll be sharing. I guess I don't have problem to share my PPT. Maybe the other speakers also, if there is one or two, can be removed. If there's objection, maybe otherwise they can share. Suggest about the code, I think that is already done. Yeah, please, you can shoot other questions and maybe other panel members can speak and react on the same aspects.
Yeah, there is some question from Canva. Let me answer. There is some question whether can I use Canva code for generating the the content. Yeah. So I saw that, but I think I could not able to where this question has come from. Yeah, obviously the Canva code is also like Canva is also one of the AI platform where you can try to create the content with interactive mode, right? You can use it, but you also need to know that the content which is generated is how far it is, the value is correct, authentic is this, right? So try to have some kind of understanding also the correctness of the content which is being generated. Like one of the tool which I showed you as a demo is one of the powerful tool which is built using this lot of thought process, like a chain of thought prompting, which is being implemented and made as a hybrid prompt to generate the content, right? So try to see them. And so that's what when I see content which generated also to be validated. So that one has to take care of whenever using the AI tools. Yeah, I answered it. Any other questions?
Maybe any questions or any views can be shared.
So participants, any questions for the experts, the industry side and all?
Can I, Mr. Anil, I would like to talk about the question, sir, why are we unable to make servo motors in India? We are just importing from other countries. So here, if you see, recently, if you follow what is happening, there is a huge rare earth magnets import issues with respect to China. Okay. So now some industry, they are trying to develop a motors which doesn't require the rare earth magnets like permanent magnets and all. So they may be using permanent magnets and all the things, and something like axial flux motors, the switch reluctance motor. There are various options available which you have to do the research. Unfortunately, you all know that now everybody wants to go for a computer science. Very few people are coming to electrical and all the things. And in the particular also, after finishing a BTech, nobody wants to go for MTech. Nobody wants to go to PhD. Simply they want to go for a computer science job. Instead of that, the researchers who wants to do a core research in the motor technology, drive technology and all, definitely those things also can be done. It's not a very great thing actually. Designing a motor is not a very great thing. So our people can do that. Only thing is that for that you require a passion, you require interest in that, and that motivation should be there within the candidates and engineers. Then definitely those things can be done. Of course, we are doing to certain extent, but I think we can improve a lot. It all
Yeah,
depends on the interest.
adding to that, what Mr. Murali said, and one question that, sir, why DRDO not making a BLDC motor? In fact, what I said, DRDO already groomed several private industry from one layer to the other. So DRDO is continuously investing with in different manners by giving different seed projects, R&D projects, grants to the universities and all. But what requires is an industry has to continuously innovate. The DRDO has a bigger responsibility. And anyhow, the purview of this question is much bigger than this forum. But me and Mr. Murali are, with the DRDO closely seeing for at least 2 decades. DRDO is at a system level, this one. So they are going to build systems. So they want the private industry to explore and come out with the best. It's not that we don't have the people to make it, but we are saying that there is a continuous scope of improvement. Like what Mr. Murali said, there is innovation happening in the material science side. There is innovation happening on the copper wire, the coating that you do on that side, the coating thickness, preciseness has got some control on the electric field that you. So innovation need to be continuous. So that requires the industry need to get a talented manpower. The talented manpower is one thing, and research, like I quoted one example, very simple example, layman example. A mechanical company has a CNC machine. They want to do small research and automating those 2-3 CNC machines. This one, they cannot start a computer science department. This is where exactly the micro and mini projects coming from the MSME. The faculty should be ready to take it up, and hopefully GyanNidhi would be able to do it in the coming years. But yes, DRDO is already doing phenomenal contribution in terms of this. But at some point, it will stop. It will say that industry has to actually come out because their focus is on systems and the domain application and all.
Yeah, exactly. What Mr. Srinivasa told is exactly correct. We have certain research we have done, and now we have given this thing to industry, and industry is also doing. But all components are not being on their own. Few components still are importing. Yes, it is a lot of there is a need to develop everything in-house in the country, so that I think
And,
maybe in future they have to do. Yeah.
Couple of views, like we haven't touched about the biomedical instruments and all. So the biomedical instruments, biomedical like ultrasound sensor, X-ray missions, and these are so vital for our country, for even a common man, influencing common man. Like today you import from Philips or some other the ultrasound sensor, it costs around 2,000 rupees. What about the middle class and below middle class and the poor segment of the people who cannot afford it? They don't get diagnosed their problem because of the ultrasound being very costly, and they end up entering into a very complicated loop of shelling out their money for surgery and all. all X-ray missions and this one. Imagine now the average age of the Indians are little younger, I mean, like relatively. But by the time another 10 years, lot of people will enter into the close to the elderly stage and all, and they would require biomedical. So companies who if they have to scale up, they need talented manpower, and that comes from the engineering colleges only. So any other questions?
Sir,
I think there is
very
one
good one.
question. There is one question from Yadagiri J, which I see: how to overcome the gap between theory and practical knowledge between students and industry. Hope.
Maybe if they
yeah.
join 2 meetings of skill research group, I think that will
Yeah,
answer.
maybe that can be answered, right? So that's a good question. So probably you try to join the SRG, which GyanNidhi is trying to promote, is very interesting. So maybe like people from industries like us and both from the private sectors and the government sectors could able to take it up. And obviously, there is a gap. That gap has to be bridged practical knowledge. So it will go over a time period.
Right, sir. And I just saw Dr. Ram Mohan Rao, sir, raising a hand. He has some question, I guess.
Yeah, please. Please allow him.
So, Dr. Ram Mohan, sir.
Maybe you can check whether you gave.
Sir, my question is finished, sir. Thank you, actually.
Okay.
Okay.
Sir, good afternoon, sir. Sir, one question, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I'm Dr. Surendra.
Sir,
So,
please.
past 20 years, I'm listening on word that there is a gap between industry and institution. And sorry to say, no industry is coming in a private institutions to give some kind of tools for the better teaching, so that we can give the best teaching levels in exposure to ready to train the students for the industry. Can we think in that scenario, sir? Because suppose if you take now, India is going towards a random development in IC industry. Past 20 years, which ISCs we are using, or we are going for the Xilinx Vivodo, like some costly ended tools. The institutions which is having a good funded, those going to buy the kind of licensed tools. But the institutions which is under development, okay, the tool uses and the tool provision is very difficult for the teaching of the faculty. And this is always my query, sir, because in circuit branches, not only the ECR, EER, mechanical or civil, this is the major concern which from my end, due to that, the parents are also not interested to come and join the students, because we are unable to. My respective teaching fraternity of faculty ready to teach, but they don't have the practical exposure, sir, because by doing the multiple experiments only, we can gain the knowledge. Okay, so to give the multiple experiments in the laboratory, the lack of the tool uses is happening. That is a very big gap in India, which I strongly believe, sir. Maybe I'm wrong, but I strongly believe in this. Can you please address this, sir?
Yeah,
Thank
Dr. Surendra Rao, I would like to catch up you in the subsequent skill research group meetings, one-to-one. Just to answer, let me tell you, I did my master's from ISC Bangalore, and we have used open source tools, free tools. There is something called electric VLSI design, and people use that tool even to do till tape out. So I think this is one immediate thing which GyanNidhi can probably do as the early stage of the skill research group meetings itself. For each of the engineering subject, the free and open source tools and how they can be well addressed, meeting the academic requirements, can be published. So this is one thing, Dr. Surendra, I am sure if you catch up with me in a couple of meetings, you would immediately change your opinion that these are all tools are available for you to work with, and they are the best tools. If you name the things also, like what
yes,
Mr.
yes, thank
Murali, what Mr. Murali, DRDO scientist, has told MATLAB, today you have the MATLAB version available free on the web. So you have today, in fact, web-based tools, C compilers, Python compilers and all. But yes, maybe in detail addressing each syllabus, each topic, how these open source and free tools can be used without any limitation. I'm sure GyanNidhi would cater few skill research group talks for it.
Yeah, just to add on to that, maybe my suggestion to the GyanNidhi would be like the tools which they are feeling like very licensing and also getting them very difficult. So maybe GyanNidhi can focus on creating the labs where it is based on some kind of not just like open source and not just like the commercial. Maybe you can come out with a new ideas of bridging this kind of a gap to the lab so that it becomes a good ecosystem.
Yeah, that is a good idea. Because otherwise, all tools are not available 100%. Few are open source, few are paid thing. Maybe
Paid.
GyanNidhi can make some sort of thing and development. Maybe they may charge or whatever it is, but can help academic institute to use the tool.
Yeah, yeah.
But another to add on to that, this thing what Mr. Srinivasa told, few things are okay. Free tools are there. Few things actually maybe as an institute can spend few thousands of rupees for few things which are not very costly, like something like some control system. So it don't require very costly system for that. You can make a simple plant and you can make one innovators education toolkits are available to demonstrate various concepts of the control system. So different types of temperature control system. There is a voltage control system. There's a couple of things are there like that. They are not very costly. It is a one-time investment, but if it is there and maintained properly in the labs, definitely those things will be very, very useful. Those kits are not very costly also. So those things can be thought of. And similarly, they can think of some maybe GyanNidhi or with any other things like PLC, programmable logic controllers, SCADA, and variable frequency drives. These are some of the very important things in the practical things in the electrical engineering industry. So those things also you can explore which are the industries and which are the startups which can provide these facilities to your labs. As a separate lab, you can establish how much costly it is and all. You can slowly you can add one by one to that. So that will be very, very useful to the students. We have to start somewhere, otherwise it will be difficult because industry is busy in their own things and they cannot come to each and every corner and try to give the education. So only thing that institution should come forward and try to search for a proper industry where they can utilize their help. That I think we can
Yeah.
explore.
Murali, just adding to what you said, like as you rightly agreed that there are a lot of tools which are available open free space. And second thing, what you said beautiful, that there are always low cost alternatives are there. And that is where I want GyanNidhi to cater the some skill research group discussions connecting the industry, because in industry they got a bigger picture. They see everywhere what is happening. This is one of the biggest point I keep differing in multiple forums wherever I get a chance. I have seen people using very high-end tools just because their marketing segment is very strong. The colleges buy them. Okay. Colleges have to make a choice. Let's say, for example, you have to teach the SPICE, simulation, circuit simulation and all. You will get a SPICE, maybe 30 licenses just for 2 to 3 lakhs. You may also have a SPICE, each license costs also 2 to 3 lakhs. So the capability of the college faculty with the help of industry in terms of identifying either free or low cost tools can solve the problem what a professor has nicely asked. And I would love to catch up that person in the subsequent skill research groups. And if you sit with me for 2 hours, I'm sure that you will change your thinking. You would say that, oh, these many tools are there. And there are a couple of more questions. Maybe I'll just finish in a minute. Is GyanNidhi charging? No, it's not charging. The reason why me and Mr. Murali and all these are actually from industry want to help GyanNidhi, because GyanNidhi want to conduct this skill research groups for no commercial benefit being expected from the faculty who work with them. So rather GyanNidhi committed that they will give the micro seed funds to establish something in that and all, but GyanNidhi may have other products which they would like to sell, which may be any other high-end research laboratories or where the equipment cost is very high. But coming to skill research groups, the GyanNidhi has told clearly that they are not expecting anything to be charged for training the faculty. That's very clear. That's the reason why we are giving time. And let me also take another 1 minute. One gentleman, Vinay, student from Mahavir Institute, aspiring aeronautical engineer, deeply interested in strategic stealth aviation and kind of research areas, core skills, interdisciplinary, long-term goal. Mr. Vinay, I can say that you are in a fantastic correct dimension, but this may be a too short form. But really what you touched is a very important point, stealth. In fact, Unistring is investing quite a good amount of research for building a counter stealth radar, looking for the long-term requirements for the country. But there are a lot of things to discuss. Maybe you join, you fill the feedback form and say that you want to work for skill research group. They'll put you in the appropriate point. Sorry, I was, somebody wanted to say something. Yeah.
So yeah, I was just trying to thank you for answering the question from our side as well. Yes,
Yeah.
we don't charge for SRG groups from GyanNidhi. Thank you. Thank you for inputs. Any other questions from the participants, please? And thank you everybody for the time. It's already 12 past, but still, if any questions, yes.
I think all the participants are very active enough to take the questions, right? So yeah, I think it's GyanNidhi and the Kalam Institute of Youth Excellence has organized well, right? So maybe due to the short of time, we can maybe organize. I request maybe these kind of events GyanNidhi can still take up organizing further to have more number of participants and doing the things taking further as a skill research group. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You are muted, Mr. Anil. Your mic is muted. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Thank you, Raghav sir. Thank you, Srinivasa, Raju sir, and Murali sir, and everybody. Nagaraju and every participant. In fact, Mohan sir, Srinivasa sir, for the questions and your answers. It was precise and very much pointed. And thanks a lot. And I would just try to remind everybody that there is a feedback form floating in the chat. However, we'll be sending the feedback form via the WhatsApp channels and messages as well. So you can fill the form with the questions left out in this discussion here. And we will be continuing these kind of discussions very frequently from the team GyanNidhi. And yes, of course, the support from the industry experts like Srinivasa sir and Murali Mohan sir, Raghav and everybody, Raghav sir and everybody, Nagaraju sir. We expected a couple of more, but at the last minute surprise delivery side, couple of more speakers were unable to join. But yes, let's hope more things to become on the way. And special thanks to the Kalam team of Kalam Institute of Youth Excellence, Nagaraju, and every distinguished participants, the panel members, the speakers, the audience, the students, of course. Vinay, I remember the name, who had a question. So yes, we would like to thank everybody, and we invite, we're open to invite industry and the colleges to join us in this program of SRG in advancing like India's excellence in electronics manufacturing, designing, and we'll be notifying you all with the curriculum, like with the next meetings or next webinars when we host through our modes of email and all, WhatsApp, and also we request even to pass it on to your other colleagues or your members of the faculty to let them know what we discussed here, so that any enthusiast of electronics field or manufacturing side, or any enthusiast who is who has something in the mind of bridging the gap. So yes, everybody is open here. So yep. So thanks a lot. Thanks everybody. Anybody would like to have